Hey guys, what's going on? Russo here bringing you guys episode 6 of the road to the 1 billion GP Rune Dragon tab. Episode 6 brings along with us a 600 million GP tab, and man, this tab is looking really good. So I'm really excited about it. A lot of people don't actually keep their tab. They only keep their tab for a certain amount of kills, or they only buy their supplies for a certain amount of kills, and they don't actually keep our tab. And as we approach 1 billion GP, I think this tab is going to be looking really nice. So what we'll be doing in today's episode, we'll take you guys back to the Rune Dragons in the Lithcrin, and we'll tell you guys how many kills we've gotten, from last time to this time. We'll show you any of the uniques that we got, and we'll also go ahead and show you the tab itself and what it's worth, and give you some of the differences that we've had from last episode to this episode. So with this 6th episode, with this 6th installment, we will be having 4 more episodes, episode 7, 8, 9, and finally the finale when we are supposed to hit the 1 billion GP tab. We are now over one half of the way there. I'm really excited about this, and man, this tab looks really good. So without further ado, guys, let's go hop to the Rune Dragons. We'll see how many kill count we have now today, and then we'll get into the bank tab, show you guys that, and kind of do a little review and analysis of where we are. Alright guys, welcome back to Lithcrin. We are going to go ahead and check our mural right here for the amount of Rune Dragons that we have killed. Now, if you guys remember in the last episode, we had 21,638 Rune Dragon kills. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is not only for this series. Before I even started this series, I actually killed a bunch of Rune Dragons, and then we kind of decided to keep our tab. We actually had, I think, around a 500 million GP tab before there, so we have actually made over 1 billion GP just literally killing Rune Dragons. So we have been doing this for a very long time. So let's go ahead, step up to the mural, go ahead and read it and see what our kill count is at. So 23,519 kills, which is 1,881 kills since last episode. And this is not really surprising to me. It might be surprising to you guys, but basically we had more kills this episode than we have in any prior episode to the best of my knowledge, only because we went really dry on uniques until the end of the trip, and or the end of the 100 million kind of section. So I'll go ahead into the bank, show you guys what those uniques are, show you guys what other things that I have or other goodies that we have in the bank, and what all the other items are looking like, and we'll see you guys when we get to the bank. Alright guys, welcome back to the bank. As you guys can see, we are at 608 million GP in this tab right now, which is really cool. And the numbers, the white numbers, well, there's only one white numbers, and that's in the platinum tokens, but all the other numbers, the yellow numbers, are looking really good. We should have some white numbers, especially in the runes, probably only in the runes, actually, probably only the chaos runes, maybe the death runes by the time we get there, depending on how lucky we are on the drops. But look at all these beautiful items that we do have in the bank. Like I said, guys, 608 million GP. Unfortunately, no dragon metal lumps this time, but we did actually land the other 2 unique. So we got a draconic visage, and we also got some dragon limbs. So what I'm gonna go do is take out the limbs and take out the visage or the visage. Still don't know how to pronounce that. And what I'm going to go do is have the visage made, and then we're going to come back here. We're going to sell both the limbs, both the visage, and then we're going to actually get those platinum tokens, plug them into here, see what the difference is, and then we're going to kind of do an analysis of the tab and kind of give you guys a quick update. So we just went ahead and put together the Dragonfire Shield as well as the Dragon Crossbow. We're going to go ahead into the Grand Exchange, drop both of these items in. I'm just going to sell them for the 5% lower just so they sell pretty immediately. And 8.645 mil for the Dragonfire Shield. It's actually really good. I believe that's gone up a little bit. And then we got 8.64 mil for the Dragon Crossbow, which is really nice. We're going to go ahead and then use our coins with the banker here to get our platinum tokens. So 17,287 platinum tokens with 94 GP to spare. So if you go ahead and put the platinum tokens in there, there you guys go, 609 mil. So basically that bank value is just what RuneLite or whatever the client is actually calculating the GE value at. So 162 platinum tokens, 162,000 platinum tokens, which as you guys just saw is 17,000 more than we previously had in the last episode. We had 145,374 in last week's episode. So pretty damn cool. 17 mil from uniques. Obviously we got some two really cool ones. One really rare one. The visage is super rare. I actually wish that I got the dragon metal lump. I like that one the best because it's only worth around 4 million GP, and then when you actually combine it with the dragon chain body and everything, it turns into the dragon plate, and then you actually make like 14 mil GP off of it. So it's a really good drop, but unfortunately we didn't get any dragon metal lumps this time around. So just a little bit of a review, guys. As you guys can tell, once again, the Runite bars is the king of the inventory tab or the looting tab. We get an extra 1,888 bars, which is roughly how many kills that we got. It doesn't always correlate and line up. Sometimes I pick up bars from other players, and you know, sometimes people just leave them behind, and then, you know, sometimes the players don't actually pick up their kills, as I've previously mentioned in other episodes, and we'll go ahead and we'll swipe those up real quick. So 23,411,200. So basically 1/4 of what we made from last episode to this episode is strictly coming from Rune bars, which is really, really, really cool. So that kind of, you know, that trend is really kind of, you know, coming out in every single episode. The Rune bars are the king of this tab, obviously besides the uniques and the platinum tokens. But then again, guys, the Rune bars are dropped every single time you do kill a rune dragon, and they're worth like 12.4k right now. So they are pretty expensive. They are really, really, really good. We're actually almost at 12,000 then. We got about 52 more to go. So I'm really, really, really excited about that. So next thing that's actually coming in is obviously the dragon bones. Dragon bones have actually gone up in price around 50 GP or so. When we first started out this series, they were 2,820 each. According to the G, today they're a little bit over 3,000 GP. So they've actually gone up almost 200 GP each, which is really, 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 really good for our tab, considering we have 12,000 of them in here. Next thing is, and I'm very surprised at this actually, is our Dragon Javelin heads. So Dragon Javelin heads only come along, guys, when you actually go ahead and complete Monkey Madness 2. So very thankful that I actually did that. If you don't complete Monkey Madness 2, you actually cannot even get Dragon Javelin heads as a drop. Dragon Javelin heads as a drop from Rune Dragon. So we've gotten 22,780 of them, and they're actually worth a pretty penny, to be honest with you. So I'm very, very, very excited about that. So that was worth around 3.6 million. That's the difference. We've actually gained 3,350 of them since last week's episode, which is pretty cool. So, you know, considering they only drop in, I think, you know, increments of probably like 50, 100, somewhere around there. They're very low increments, even probably less, around 30 to 35 as well. So that's pretty cool. Another really cool statistic, in fact, is that our Runite legs, guys, we went from 490 to 580 of them. So we got 90 Runite legs. So we almost got 10% or 5% of our kills, I believe. 5% of our kills from this last week's episode to this week's episode were Runite legs, which is really kind of crazy when you think about it. I mean, there's all these different things that that they can drop, and you know, you got to kind of factor in the fact that you can get, you know, a Runite mace 2 drops in a row or whatnot, right? So it's really, really, really cool. 90 plate legs, guys. That gave us around 3.5 million GP, which is really, really, really interesting. That's one thing I thought was pretty cool. I felt like, you know, even when I was going through it, I feel like I was getting a lot of Runite plate legs. I thought I was getting a lot of Runite plate bodies. Runite plate bodies, surprisingly, is kind of crazy. So we have 821 of those, and those are actually worth the most out of everything. I think the plate legs are worth a lot too, but as you guys can tell, that is our biggest item right now. So we get plate drops more than we get maces, scimitars, longswords, or warhammers. And maces, scimitars, longswords, and warhammers are very, very, very clearly worse. So I believe the Runite Warhammer's worth around 24,000. The longsword's worth around 18,000. The scimitar's worth around 15 to 18,000, and the mace is like really, really, really cheap. I think it's actually like under 10k or like 12k or something. It's really, really, really quite bad. So, but you know, it obviously all adds up. But the Runite plate, guys, is worth like 39,000 GP. And for whatever reason, we are getting the most of them. We are getting 821 of them, which I have no idea why. I don't know if that's actually the drop rate. I'll have to go ahead and take a look and give you guys an update on next week's episode. So another really cool thing about this tab, we are about to break 2,000 Runite ore. And Runite ore, guys, also very surprising. It gives us a lot of GP, so, which is pretty awesome to know. I mean, they're worth almost, I think, 12 point something thousand GP each. So, you know, just in Runite ore alone, I think we have roughly over, close to around 24 mil, guys, which is really, really, really good. You know, when you consider we've gotten 162,000 just from the uniques, and basically the uniques are super rare and the drops are crazy. Like, I think it's 1 in 800 for limbs, for instance. I think it's 1 in 8k or 10k for the visage, and then it's around 1 in 3,000 for the dragon metal lump, or 1 in 5,000. So just to, you know, have 24 mil, which is, you know, maybe like an eighth of the stack of our platinum tokens, that's pretty crazy when you think about it, guys. You know, over the course of thousands and thousands of kills. What I'm going to do in the last episode of this is I'm actually going to calculate how many kills we got from episode 1 to episode 10, and then kind of calculate what my drop rate was, right? So if we had, you know, 10,000 kills and we had, you know, 2,000 Runite ores, that means that, you know, 50 or 20% of the time we got a Rune ore drop, which is really quite crazy. So I don't know if it's actually a, you know, a 1 in, what would it be, like a 1 in 500 drop or a 1 in 1,000 drop or something like that. So I actually want to go ahead and calculate all that out for you guys, see if kind of the drop rates held true. I'll have to go through and see how many limbs I got, metal lumps and visages. I have the totals for even when before we started this series, so I'll have to kind of go through every episode, see where we're kind of at with that, and you know, calculate it from there. So thank you guys for watching so much. I really, really, really do appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. One more thing I do want to mention, guys, the runes. Once again, crazy amount of runes, guys. Runes, unfortunately, they're not really worth too much. I mean, the chaos runes are like 100 GP each. The death runes are around 271, although they may have gone up a little bit. So wrath runes are, you know, hovering around 500 GP each or so. Unfortunately, we don't get, you know, unfortunately, they're not very expensive, but we got almost 13,000 chaos runes from last episode to this episode. I swear we're gonna get to a white cash stack with that one, and that's gonna be really cool. And it's not gonna be a cash stack, guys. It's just gonna be a white number because it's going into the hundreds of thousands, and I'm very, very, very excited about that. So anyways, guys, now we're going to go ahead and wrap up the episode. Thank you guys for watching so much. Hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. Lots of statistics, lots of analytics. The tab is coming together really, really, really quite well. I'm super excited for it. I hope you guys are as well. It's looking really good. I cannot wait for the last 4 episodes. The tab should start growing more and more and getting really, really, really juicy to look at. So if you guys did enjoy this episode, make sure you guys do drop a like. I would really, really, really appreciate it. And until next time, guys, have a good one.